Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you, and welcome back to another COD's First Thoughts video. And as you can see, we're loaded into Chernarus Has Fallen, another DayZ hardcore survival experience. Full transparency, I've played this server once before. I want to say it was about 10 months ago, maybe even longer. Whoa, what was that? Interference? I played a version of Chernarus Has Fallen, as in it was called Namulsk Has Fallen once. Absolutely had my ass handed to me. I believe it's got a Namulsk type element to it, where it's freezing cold. You might even have to defrost your food. I know players turn into Zeds, or infected, when they're killed, and they're a lot stronger to put down. They wander around with the loot still on them. I know there are a lot of areas that are specific to this server, so they've changed things up a bit. So you might spawn into Zvetlo, for example. I watched a video from Beans on this server not that long ago, maybe a month, where Beans showcased this server. It put it in the back of my mind again that I wanted to try it, and I thought it would be perfect for a COD's First Thoughts. And we'll get the intro out of the way as we're loading in. We seem to be taking a while to load in. We'll see where we spawn. We'll see how we get on. We'll play for, I don't know, so let's say an hour. See how we get on. We've got the sanitation. We've got the sleep. We haven't got the rest of the Siberia mod. There's no Siberia mod on this, so you're not going to get concussions, etc. But as you can see, we're freezing to death as soon as we spawn in. If you get too stinky and you don't wash yourself, I believe... What the hell? Oh, that's just cosmetic, aesthetic. I believe you will attract the zombies if you're stinking. So you need to keep on top of that by washing in a pond or a stream. Strip all your clothing off. Let's hope... I don't want to get a stick, because imagine we get a cut and then we haven't got a disinfected bandage. You spawn in with these bandages. Is it worth doing some hand wraps? Probably is, isn't it? I don't know how strong the zombies are, or whether they can jump on top of things, throw stuff at you. I honestly don't know the answer to that. We're going to find that out, I would imagine, which is why I want to get the beautiful long stick of dreams, so at least we've got a weapon of sorts. Ideally, we get 2 long sticks, because if we can find a blade, we can get a fire going. Oh, shoot, look at this. You can't put the sticks on your shoulder slot. Okay, interesting. There were, as well, for full disclosure, 9 people on the server when we spawned in. Should we find out for science what the zombies are like? I believe you've got to search them like you do in Siberia. I also have no clue where I am. Doable. Also a little bit more battered, these zombies, aren't they? A few more scratches on this poor chap. Oh my god. We haven't got a face covering, so we're immediately starving to death because we searched a stinky Zed. Starving, freezing, dehydrating to death. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? We've got a can of food on us. And we've got plenty of buildings to search for a blade to open. Answers on a postcard where we are. You'll be the first one in the comments to actually identify where we are. It's gonna click in a minute to me. It's gonna click. We're gonna go, oh yeah, we're here. But it hasn't yet. So obviously they mixed up their spawns, which I think is great. Not your traditional. You know, you always know where you are type of scenario. And look at this. There's a door. Oh, God. There's a door on the toilet. What? A little bit of privacy. Can you do your business? I like it. Immediately I like the look of everything. That it's different. The door on the toilet blocks. And if we die, we die. We respawn in. This is just for COD's first thoughts, you know. Give it a couple of goes, give it a couple of lives if we have to, before we can make our comment. First impressions. Just looks a lot more overgrown. That, for example, you know, than your standard DayZ server. Giving it that maybe extra apocalyptic feel. I believe this is set a fair amount of years after what you normally get on DayZ, if that makes sense. A tourist map. We don't need that. We need a blade. I don't know if we're going to get immediately poisoned by the unknown food, but it's surely better than starving to death. Giving it a try. Wish these outdoor sinks would work. Not finding a lot of loot so far, which ties into the Hard-Core DayZ experience, so that's a tick for me. Immediately. The fact that you get sick searching the zombies, I'm guessing you need a face covering. Makes sense, wouldn't it? Which is sort of similar to DZM, DayZ Meltdown, our Roy server. You need to have a face covering on before you go bin dipping, etc. But yeah, we are massively on the clock. We're already chunked because of our precarious position. What predicament? Little hunting store. Anything around the truck we could use? Can't even get in that truck. It's so elevated. Look at this outside the Pepsi thing. Stay away from your man. Come on. Hunting knife? Wow, wow, wow. We've got to kill this dude. But, oh my god, he battered us then. But we can't search it, because we'll be sick again. 2 doors on the van. Nice. DayZ, perfect game. Nothing on the car. Whew. This is grim. What have we found so far? Slugs? Oh my god, there's a well. Well, that's one thing sorted. But we still can't deal with hunger or heat or lack of heat situation. Finally, the arrows go up on the hydration, and we've just got to sit here sipping. Sipping strong. Chunked. That's not going to take long before it gets to yellow, even if we could get a fire going. I mean, the fact that we could get a fire going would mean we could get bark to make a hand drill kit with a blade we can then use to open the can of unknown. And even if it's frozen, we could then defrost it. I didn't check that, actually, but we're not going to do that until we're full of water. To the point where we can't take no more. We'll search this car, then we'll have a look in the mustache, see if we can get a blade. I still don't really know where we are on the map, which is quite a nice feeling to have, actually. It all looks a lot different. I believe even if you told me now, in real time, where we were, I wouldn't recognise the place. Which again is nice, to get a spawn somewhere where you're not familiar with. Look at that. Oh man, these double doors are crazy. I have seen that before on other servers. A little bit goofy, but whatever. While we're indoors, I believe we go to light blue. Do we? Yeah, we do. It temporarily stops us freezing to death as quickly. But yeah, this lack of bladage, lack of loot in general, is both great and terrifying at the same time. Look how cluttered it is. Wouldn't be to everyone's. Wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, this. Oh my god. It's not frozen. It's not frozen. With yellow food. That was perfect timing. Alright, Alright, let's at least get the arrows going in the right direction. We gotta nibble this unknown food, though. We can't go crazy on it. We're gonna ditch these here. We remember where they are. I can't believe you can't put that on the shoulder slot. Shocking. We're gonna do a little trip back to the mustachio. We're gonna have to do this in installments. We can pick up the firewood and the slugs again. Then we can whip around quickly to a tree and get some bark, and we need another bush as well. There's one right by there. Let's put these in, these 3 sticks, ready as the fuel. Then we need another stick, and we need a bit of bark to make the hand drill kit, and then we can go about trying to get a buff. Some servers won't allow you to get a buff unless you're wearing good enough clothing insulation to warrant the buff. So we could still be in a bit of trouble here, but the arrow is going up temporarily on the health. We'll probably start going down again now, because we're outside. Where's the blade? This little tree do the job. We need a doubler. This one's going to be the kindling, so we can keep our rags. If we can find some alcohol, we've then got a couple of bandages that are not going to give us a wound infection. Split that. One for the bark. Put that down. Split these sticks. We'll get the hand drill kit imminently. Still haven't gone up to light blue, despite being indoors with two doors closed. Come on, bro. Make the drill kit. Put the spare sticks in for extra fuel. Fire this bad boy up. Ooh, it takes a while to get it going, does it? Okay, I like that as well. Doesn't just give you that instant bang, one rotation of the wheel and you've got a fire. This could go through our hand wraps, mind, and give us a cut, which would be devastating, because we haven't got any infected, disinfected bandages. We really need you to get going, fire. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, wow. Excuse me. Literally caught a cold through the screen. We're in that dire straits. We might have to interrupt the stick rubbing. Our good friend Coma would be in his oils, yeah, looking at this. My God. Might need a bit of personal time. Has he clipped this bit? Oh, man. This is a joke. Surely. Even on DayZ Meltdown and in 10s, you can get fire going quicker than this. Imagine this is what kills us. We may have to interrupt this to eat some more unknown food. At least get the arrows going in the right direction on the food. Alright? That's what we're going to do. Answers in the comments. Anybody who's played Chernarus Has Fallen before. Are we doing anything wrong? Do you just have to grin and bear it when it comes to the hand drill kit? This is... It looks like it's warming up. Ridiculously. Imagine I've got to start that all over again. Is it an RNG thing? Or do you have to just sit here for like 3, 4, 5 minutes and wait for the fire to spark? Oh my God, what a way to die that would be. So if you don't find matches, if you don't find a lighter, if you don't find a flare early doors, you're in trouble. That's the takeaway that I'm getting from this. Hang on. We have fire. Okay. Now, do we have enough insulation in our clothing? The hand wraps stay pristine, which is good. Oh shit, we had a rope belt. all this time. I'm pretty sure we've spawned in with the rope belt. But that's cool. That's halfway to being able to fish. We are getting the buff because we're in the white already. Don't want to make ourselves sick because this is, for all we know, the only food we're going to have in the first half an hour or so of our life. So we need to make sure we keep this down. I feel like I should be making a face covering so we can search zombies, see if they drop anything beautiful. But then if we are cut, we can't bandage. At the moment we can bandage, then we might get a wound infection, but we can heal that wound infection then with alcohol or eventually tetra if it goes to stage 2. We get the buff, we'll leave, and we're just going to follow the road down. So we find something that resembles a road sign or an area we recognize. Maybe we make a friend. We've only got a knife if we wanted to do anything. Oh my god, a shotgun would be nice though, wouldn't it? Although we've got to be careful. Remember, you're going to have to deal with an infected. If you put down a player on this server, they're going to turn and they're going to be like a super strong infected. But will take a hell of a beating before you can put them down with melee. You'd probably be alright if you had a double barrel shotgun. Use one, boom, kill the player. The second one, boom, kill the infected, but you're going to get the rest of the town on you then, I would imagine. So it probably makes players think twice about doing the dirty on other players. Unless they're at a real nice distance with a powerful rifle or something. I believe there is base building on this server. I didn't pay close attention to the mods. There wasn't a lot, I want to say 10, 12 off the top of my head. Most of it was for the aesthetic and the fact that the players come back from the dead, if you like. There's our food gone. I don't think it'll put us up to white. It'll keep us in the yellow for 15 minutes maybe. 15, 20. If we didn't find anything else then, we'd probably drop into the red. And we should get the plus quite quick. We'll be able to make another fire, because that knife ain't going to go anywhere. To make another drill kit. Incredible how long it takes for the drill kit to work. But in fact, that gets a tick from me. Because it's a bit more realistic, isn't it? You shouldn't have to... It shouldn't be just one rotation and then, boom, there's your fire. I like that. I like the overgrown feel of everything. If we loot and scoop, like, not go crazy. Like, I'm even ignoring the upstairs bit of that attic house. I wonder if fruit spawns, and even if it does, is it edible? Do you have to wash it, or is it just gonna poison you? Hitting these greenhouses, desperately hoping for a soda or something. Oops. Fucking hell, he scared the shit out of me then. So the zombies can open doors. This one gave up on it though. He hit the door. Oh no. At least he went down quick. Alright, sweetheart. Oh god. We're not looking too great. We can't search you, we'd love to. But I really don't want it. I thought that was a tripwire then. Really don't want to sick up, but we are sick though. I think it's just a common cold, but you never know. So we're on the lookout for vitamins. Well, we may need tetra to cure this, I don't know. Oh my god, the zombies. A lot more gory, a lot more detail in the way that their faces are pretty much falling off. God, it's not ideal using this steak knife as a weapon. I've got a funny feeling I know where I am. And if I am where I think I am, they've changed it up quite dramatically. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm up north anyway, northeast-ish. Yeah, I know where I am. It's just so overgrown. We're going to go a little bit off-grid here. I think we want to go down in that direction eventually, but... Okay, this is a really challenging spawn. Something very different from the norm anyway. But again, risk of repeating myself, I like it. How many times do you spawn by Prig, by the lighthouse? A dead rat. Don't judge me. How many times do you spawn in Electro and Berezino, even Svetlo on the docks, you know? Shit, I didn't even see you, bro. Oh no, you got through my block then as well. The knife's great with damaging it more than we would want to, but it's putting them down 2-tap. Which is obviously nice. The loot is limited, isn't it? Oh my god. He says, well, it's not frozen then, the food, the drink. So it hasn't got quite that Namolk touch. We were freezing dark blue when we loaded in. But the can of food we had and the subsequent Fronter was not frozen. Which, to be honest, is bloody lovely. Makes sense because it looks like it's a summer Chernarus vibe. Do you know, I'm not going to put that on for obvious reasons. We've got a dead rat. I would assume you can cook it and eat it. Otherwise, why would it be on you? And I'm just going that... Honestly, I do not come up this neck of the woods on Chernarus very often. I think it's probably my console days on Xbox since I've had a spawn up around here before. I can't even tell you the name of that town. But I'm pretty sure there's a windy main road down here. And it will lead us to some sort of civilization again. Well, here's a road anyway. Where will it take us? I'm not exactly sure. But we're going with it. That Fronter has bought us a little bit of time in terms of the hydration. Couple more calories to add on top of that unknown we had. Still carrying the buff. We've got a cold, which is annoying. And we're still recovering from our early health drop. But this is one of those decisions, which way you leave the spawn. If you don't know the area well, and I don't, really. Despite having thousands of hours on DayZ now, I really don't know this neck of the woods well. So it's one of those decisions. We're going to get real lucky. Or we've made a terrible mistake and it's going to get us killed. Surely this road leads to somewhere. Surely. Don't we come out at the top end, that little fishing village? Not the one, not Beraziki. The other one that begins with a T, not... Tuck? No, that's in Essica, you clown. It's above Svetlo anyway. Or just inland from Svetlo. Oh, there's a little bit of blurred vision from the cold we've got. I tell you what, the more overgrown it looks, the bigger the fan of the map I am. So, huge kudos to the map designer, server designer for that. Love it. More apocalyptic, more overgrown. We're 10, 15 years after the original, if you like, official DayZ was set. Like that. Makes sense. I like the extra bits and pieces around the cars. You can't do anything with them. But for the aesthetic, great. The fact that I saw... Where did I see it? Yeah, the big barricade thing there. I believe... Yep, see? We're coming down into another town. Is this town one with a railway? It's got a railway station. There's a potential pig Spawn, sheep spawn. Is there a well? I don't even think there's a well in this town, if it's the one I'm thinking of. And we could be, what I would call it like the northeast road. We wouldn't be like a billion miles away from Zvetlo or that little town before it. But I can't think of the name of it. It's got a nice little lake opposite a mustache. It's got a pub. And then you go down the road and it leads to a military. Where there are loads of cars on the road. And then you turn left and you end up in Zvetlo. Which is going to be the nearest medical. Pretty much. Yeah, this is the town I thought it was. I keep saying it. I keep saying I think. We're going to loot it anyway. I'm actually really pleased, though, that we didn't get your bog standard Berezino spawn. Chernarus spawn. Mix it up. Give us a challenge. Oh, my days. It's a chicken. Nailed it. Well, that's our next meal. I don't know if we're going to get a radioactive chicken. A chicken that's been on the juice, on the gear. Oh my god. Don't really want to eat a rotten mushroom. Oh yeah, I think it's all down that way. Zvetlo, that way, where the sun is. Do we just cook the chicken by here? Oh my god, a bag. We don't have to now. Better insulation. Oh, you have to put the bag in your hands, do you? What is this? Intense? Nonce bag? Teddy? A teddy and a nonce bag. I don't even want to know what's been going on in there. The bag means we don't really have to rush to cook the chicken now. We can go down here and I think we pass a pub. It's good to have that food on us, though. Desperate times, desperate measures and all that. We'll get the name of this town for you because, honestly, I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've been up into that town. Yeah, okay. There's the pub. See? He knows what he's talking about. The road forks off and you carry on. Now, we could go up towards Novo. There's a big hospital there. Or we would go, you know, towards Zvetlo, the medical that's there. Maybe we just go inland. We've got the chicken now. There's usually a few zombies around this pub. There's a few cars in the car park. It's really overgrown, so you can only just see the roof of one of them. Ooh. We have another survivor in the vicinity, folks. Someone's had a fire. Log out, log out. Thanks for stopping in. COD's first thoughts. COD's first thought now is log out, log out. Shit. Coughing. Giving ourselves away. No sneaky. No sneaky. There's a couple of houses up here on the right. Back up to white chunks. We've lost the buff and we're going to need that fire again. And when we do, we can cook our chicken. That's the plan. But by getting bark for the drill kit, probably haven't got to kill. Probably haven't got to eat the rotten rat now, have we? We'll get rid of the rotten rat. We did have it as a mascot. I hope we didn't get sick by picking up a rotten rat. Now that would be fantastic if we did. I would doff my cap to the server admins if we got sick simply by picking up a rotten rat. Bit of wheels disease for you, sir. Alright, bro. Little bit of a tickle, that's all. Cut down on the benny and edges. Really like the way zombies could be hidden. simply because look how tall the grass is and everything. Very gory with the extra blood. I heard a grunt there. Couple out the front. Love to pull off a stealth kill here. Otherwise we're going to be hacking and slashing. Good night. Come on, son, with the speed stealth kill. Look at the way they fall forward as well. There seemed to be an extra bit of animation there. Drop glow stick, maybe? No other evidence of a fire. We need to keep moving. We've got the chicken on us, but we're not exactly stacked. There is a road that leads up right. Should be quite soon. And it eventually takes us to another well. So we're looking at... We've got the chicken on us. We know there's a well quite close by. Beyond that, yes, we're targeting the hospital because we're probably going to need Tetra at some point. I don't think we're going to be able to eat our chicken, get another buff, and get rid of this cold without medication. The clothing situation is dire. We've somehow managed to go just over half an hour without getting a cut from a zombie, which is incredible. It would have really ruined our first half an hour if on top of this cold we had a wound infection. But yeah, you can go down that way to that other little town before Sveletlo, or you can come up here. Again, quality content. Can't tell you the name of this town. We'll have a look at the sign. You can look it up yourself on I Survive. But it 100% leads to a well where we can have a little drinky poos. Maybe we finally get some better clothing on the way. Maybe we get a shotgun so we can at least defend ourselves. We'll take out an animal. Yeah, it's a double barrel name, this one, isn't it? Is it? Sure. No, it's not. Kamarupka? Karma Chameleon? Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's make sure we're taking the path of least resistance. Let's bring that old chestnut back. Never went away. God damn, is the loot scarce. I know we found a bag. Oh, motherfuckers, look at that. From being granddad, all of a sudden we're faced with 3. Don't get cut. Don't get cut, bro. This one's got a nice bag on. I think that's the bag you can put things like crowbars on the attachment. Oh no, there's the cut. There's the cut. Oh wow. Yeah, this is the nicer bag. This is bad news. We're almost certain to get a wound infection from this, where only alcohol iodine tincture will cure it. And if we don't find that, it will develop into a stage 2 wound infection, and only tetracycline will cure that. And we will have the annoying grunting. We've got to be careful as well. The old steak knife. We need to make a hand drill kit to be able, and also to fillet the chicken. Butcher the chicken, whatever you want to call it. I think we're going to need to do that in here. Well, we're only light blue. Look at the state on this guy. Oh my god, we're timing the attack horrifically. Who the fuck is this guy? God damn it. The zombies, yeah, they're acting a little bit erratic. I quite like it though. Our boy was cruising into town. He knew where the well was. He had a cock in his bag. He was loving life. All of a sudden, he takes a cut, takes some damage, starts starving. You know, we should really do the fire opposite the well so we can kill two birds with one stone. Can we finally do one of these attacks? Oh my god, finally, bro. You remembered how to fight. Remembered your Michael. God damn it. Can we just find a coat? Something. A hoodie. Oh my god. A battered tracksuit jacket. But I mean, low insulation, bad insulation. Look at the extra carry capacity we've got now, though. That's good. Some tincture, iodine, alcohol would be massive. Plus another blade. Just gonna swerve, Grandma. Keep heading towards the well. Should really be searching these sheds, though, for like a sickle or a hatchet. Would be glorious. Oh my god, look at that. It's unbelievable, Jeff. If we now do develop the wound infection, we can get rid of it immediately. We haven't got it yet. We may have got lucky. I don't want to start cutting up rags to making disinfected rags, though. You know what I mean? Before I've butchered my chicken and got my bark. I think I'm going to do that now-ish. Right, we're losing health because we're starving. We've got to keep trucking, though. We've got to keep looking. Just in case we can get that extra can of food. I can't hear a chicken. That extra blade, and then we can cook up there. The well is opposite those houses. Wow, limited. Limited. No other fires going? Start preparing. We can use that. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to risk it. This is a terrible risk. Ruin. Bad ruined. We can now make a fire and fillet the chicken, guaranteed. As long as we don't use that knife again for anything. Food is the priority, so I'm going to go straight into the next house. We're up very close to the well, and the well is next to that double green. You can just see through the trees. It's right next to it. It's quite off to the base on some servers, that. This is a nice little tucked away town. Wouldn't be surprised if we've taken the same path as whoever had that fire back there. But, let's go into this building because it's got a big stove. And I hope we don't get attacked by any zombies because I want to use this stick as my firewood. Then we're going to have to go and get another one, the drill kit. Nice. Right round the back. How many? Are we going to get just the standard 2 fiddly bits from the chicken? I mean, it'll keep us alive for a bit longer. Beggars can't be choosers and all that, but an absolutely buffed chicken would be nice now, wouldn't it? You get the 4 or 5. Is that just an official thing? Do these hardcore servers change that? I would have thought so. If it was me organising things, I'd make sure you only get your 2 chicken breasts on a hardcore server, but we'll see. Oh my god, we got to do this for 10 hours still, haven't we? We're going to get bones, I hope. And we've already got a rope belt, so we'd be able to make bone hooks with the next blade we find. But it will be the next blade, because that one's ruined now. Yeah, 2 bits of chicken. Good bits of chicken, though. Bones. Oh. Bones. Let's get hand drilling. Calm down, Coma. If we could get this chicken in our belly before we hit red health, that'd be great. I mean, as quick as possible. The quicker we get it, the quicker we'll go back up to white chunk to be able to briskly walk towards the big city of Novo. Novo? Where there's the hospital, PD. Plenty of stores and apartments where all the good stuff could be. But as we're doing this, remember when we played Spaggy's? I think we did Spaggy's Miserable Apocalypse in the last video, didn't we? Cod's First Thoughts. And I like that little challenge. You spawn in and you're immediately dying, and you're dying pretty fast. But you get that initial knife, you're pretty sweet, because the loot economy was quite vanilla. We were finding fair bits of food and items and medical and all the good stuff, weren't we? On this, you're immediately dying, and there's also a lot less loot. The zombies seem more of a threat than vanilla. Well, they are more of a threat than vanilla. There's shit like this where the hand drill kit doesn't work until your hands are rawer than a basement dwelling incel. The raw palms. My raw palms are too hairy to hide. And I would say 40 minutes in, I'd be interested in streaming this server. It's very, very interesting. We haven't even touched upon getting stinky and having to wash yet. And could we get in a position where we could fish and actually start thriving? You know, start maybe going looking for other players. Investigating the parts of the map that are different. We can't cut them up yet for rags. Is it worth? I don't think it's even worth disinfecting that. Soon as I... Well, there's another thing we're going to test for science. Do you have to wait for the food to cool? It hasn't quite got the Namolsk thing where you have to defrost the food by the looks of it. Unless they do a seasonal cycle on here and they're waiting for that to be winter like they do on Intens. I don't know. If you played this before a lot, you know, a fair bit, let me know. But we're still a little bit away from the end of giving our final score. But for me to be like considering streaming it already after 40 minutes, that's a pretty good sign, isn't it? Oh my god, it wasn't steaming, but it was killing us. So, if you were wondering, have you got to wait for the food to cool? You have. Yes, you have. We've taken even more damage. One of those situations there where if you're red blinking, that could kill you. If you're red, it could put you down to red flashing. If you're yellow, or if you're even white chunked, say you were flashing apple and you were dying quite quickly because of hydration as well and temperature, sometimes it's worth taking that little nibble. Your arrows start going up. It would definitely get you out of flashing apple to solid red apple. But it's got us down to red health quicker, so yeah. The trade-off is probably not worth it. If you were going to die imminently, you would die to the heat anyway, wouldn't you? So it even wouldn't be worth it in that position. Amazed how they haven't got the steam coming off the chicken, which is usually the sign that you can't eat it. So crafty. We're going to assume it's 70 degrees like any other server where you have to wait for the food to cool down, because I haven't got the indicator of the steam in food. So we're only going to be able to go on what we know. But this is, I'm leaning, because I've played quite a lot of hardcore servers, and you know, we pretty much main in 10s. We're doing DZM with Roy now. We've done Zenith Nightmare before, PlayZ. I'm probably forgetting some that I've played. This so far is up there. Spaggy's miserable, obviously, but this is right up there. I also think because of the aesthetic changes, and I know there are areas of the map. I don't believe it, man. You gotta wait for it to get to 60. We've nearly topped ourselves by overdoing the cock. What's that called? A bad day in San Antonio. I went on a stag do once to Ibiza. Went into wrong club. Nearly overdosed on cock. Jesus Christ. So you've obviously got to wait for it to go to 60 degrees then. Beautiful. All for science though. If you're thinking of jumping on this server because you're seeing it for the first time now in this video, please be careful when handling your cock. God damn it. Oh, if we died to this, it'd be hysterical. Because all our other... we got the buff again. Hydration's not a problem. We're over the road from the well. I could crawl to the well. Blood's full. Killed ourselves with the shit. And it's a bit of a waste, really, because even though it's gone in our belly, it's pretty much killed us by doing that. We're going to be... I think we're going to be able to crawl up the road, surely. Come on, bro. There you go. Come on. Death by chicken. Hooray! Hooray! Get in your belly. Still 70 on the other one, though. This other one might not even get us up to yellow. So we'll continue to have a downward arrow on the health, which will eventually kill us. When is the last time you've seen me load in fresh to an intense server and die to the elements, die to the PvE? I can't remember the last time. We're cruising at the moment with Roy, touch wood, no spoilers for Sunday. On DZM, which I think is actually harder than intense. And yet, because of a schoolboy error I know with that chicken, we're actually in very, very real danger of dying to the PvE on Chernarus Has Fallen. Which heightens my interest, piques my interest. Makes me think, oh, okay, we've potentially now got something else. We need to get in the Discord, we need to find out when it's wiping, what the rules are, because I really would like to stream this. Do you know what I mean? I'm only looking for a can of food now, or a soda. Something that will keep us going. Because that chicken, look. I don't want to say it hasn't touched the sides, because it's kept us alive, but I don't even want to stop at the well now, because we're white water. Priority is food. Oh my god. A soda, like I say. A blade, because our next fire is going to be determined by whether we can make a hand drill kit again, if we don't find matches, etc. So yeah, the struggle on this is real. And that gets me excited to play it again. And give it a little tickle on stream. If you're watching this video Wednesday evening, what are we, the 17th? And you want to see it tomorrow? I was going to do a bit of official tomorrow, but maybe we do a bit of Chernarus Has Fallen. Let me know in the comments what you think. You'd be down for seeing this struggle live. There's only 30 slots on the server as well. They've designed it specifically, I think, that player interactions are like, oh my god, there's another player. You're meant to feel isolated. It's meant to be you up against the world type environment, you know? The solitude. The life of solitude. We certainly got that. At least we got away from flashing red for a minute. Probably only a minute. Come on, man. Give me a soda, packet of chips, anything, man. I can't even open a can. So we're bound to find a can of unknown. Sure, it's low insulation, but better condition. I'm just going to take it. Look at the lack of loot, though, bro. I would have found more blades on Intens by now. That's for sure. Food situation, no. I would have found rotten food on Intens. I probably would have found the same or even less. Well, we've only found the fronter and chickens. Skinny jeans don't spawn like that in the back like that, do they? Someone's changed and they've dropped into the wall. One fronter, one chicken, and I'll spawn unknown. Alright, we haven't gone into every building, but that's because we're on the clock. We've got to sort of keep moving in a general direction, dipping in and out of buildings. Very good. Very tough, as you can see. Very well highlighted by our red health, our cold. I think the only thing we've swerved so far is the wound infection, and thank God we found that, just in case we did do it. Get it. We would definitely start a new life if we were to stream this. But yeah, we may jump into this tomorrow. I think the night times are going to be long, though. That's the only thing that puts me off streaming sometimes. Again, I'm throwing the question out there. What do you think of it when you know, as a viewer? It's good if we can get a torch going, or we got a head torch, flashlight. God forbid, head NVGs. But if we're just going purely off gamma and I'm following the silhouettes of the trees, I sometimes think, oh God, that's a bit tedious viewing. I love it myself, personally. I think it really plays into the immersion, sneaking around a town. Particularly if it's a big city like Electro or Berezino. In the pitch black. Put a bit of the ambient music on in the background maybe, you know. It's pretty cool. But not so much for a viewing. But it was just pure chance. When I sat down to do this recording, it was 7 AM in the server. So I thought, here we go, let's go. There were 9 people out of 30 in there. And it's been purely PvE, and it's so far pretty much kicked our ass. Unless we got really lucky in these final few buildings, because there's a little bit of a hike between this and the next town. Once you get up to the top of the hill and the houses stop, you've got a little bit of a hike through the woods. You go past a little bit of an industrial, then you drop down into the town of Novo itself. Fuck, we haven't got a stick. Science, how many punches? Oh, 3 power punches, okay. So they're weaker than in 10 zombies. Something. Can we even get up to the top of the hill before we croak? We're definitely not going to get to the next town. We might have to loop around and start looting all this. Well, at least we improved our genes. Look at that. It's all about the drip, ladies and gents. All about the drip. Oh, shit. Multiple zombies would probably be the end of us. Oh, look at this. So that's the next fire, if we would find a chicken, for example. Granny. I'm sorry. Are you naughty, naughty, naughty lady? No point disinfecting it, because if we get the wound infection, we're going to have to use the iodine on that anyway. That slap in the face, combined with the red apple, puts us down to flashing again. No more rags either. We've got the trousers on us though. We should cut them up. Probably in this house. What's that? Pumpkin patch in the greenhouse behind? Chicken! Just shoot a chicken. See the adrenaline rush when you're dying, flashing, and then you hear a chicken. That's the things that we start to miss when we've been playing Intense for a long time. And I don't want to say you've got the hang of the meta, but you know what I mean. Shit. You miss these moments when you're flashing red and you think, oh my god, I just shoot a chicken. Can we do everything quick enough? Including the hand drill kit to survive? Probably not. But, you know you're on the clock. It's a bit of a rush. Probably too slow to even catch the chicken. I can hear you. I'm coming for you, chicken. There you are. Right by the door where we would cook you. Oh my god, that was lucky. Only just in range there. Dead or alive, you coming with me. Oh, imagine there was a can of food in here as well to tide us over. Here we go. What a climatic ending to the episode. Bro, drop the bag. Drill kit, drill kit, drill kit, drill kit. The meat cooks quite quick, but it needs to cool as well, doesn't it? So, yeah. Why are you fapping with feathers, bro? Michael, priorities, son. This takes ages. The cooling down period takes ages. You gotta wait to 60 degrees. We learned that the hard way. That's what's killed us. We probably would have been struggling even if I'd waited for it to go to 60 degrees, but we certainly wouldn't have been struggling like this. Then we would have found this chicken up the road, which would have bought us another 10 minutes, probably getting us into the big city. So it's just the little mistakes, one wrong turn, one little schoolboy error, changed your entire life on DayZ. You'll run the outcome from surviving and thriving, potentially, or at least having a chance to, or boom, dead, just by making a schoolboy error. But in my defense, A, there was no steam coming off the chicken, and B, every other server I've played, 70 degrees is fine to eat. So I'm gonna go by those excuses. I'm gonna die on that hill. I'm joining the army of die on the hill people, like those ones who say console DayZ is miles better than PC, even when they haven't played it on PC. Oh, shots fired! Shots fired! Stubborn, you're stubborn. Too stubborn to reason. Oh shit, look at this drill kit, bro. This is agonizing. Definitely gonna stream this. I'd be shocked if we don't stream this tomorrow. It'll be because it's the middle of the night when I'm starting the stream. That'd be the only reason we don't. But we could do official and then switch to this if it's nighttime. Give you a little insight, little heads up what we might do. Oh my god, we're cooking on gas, or we're cooking on the stove. I can't believe we haven't got a wound infection. Bandaging twice with undisinfected shizzle. I wonder whether we could search the zombies with a face covering. If we'd have done this at the beginning, do the zombies have a high rate of drop-in loot? You never know. You never know until you start searching some with the face mask on, hopefully avoiding sickness that way, you know? We've still got enough to treat a wound infection if we developed one. But we're on the clock and we're going to see what happens. I mean, I don't think I missed any loot here, did I? No. Shit, that's cooked already. On the floor. Quickest way for it to cool. But only wait now. Did we die before that hit 60 degrees? Ooh. There's a gambling man. I'm going to say we could survive this. Even though we're flashing red. That apple isn't flashing. Our water's white, our heat's white. We've got the buff, the blood's full. Alright, we got a cold. If you try and time it, right, we've nearly... It's not... I think it's coming up to about 30 seconds since we put the chicken on the floor. Video's an hour long now. It's hit 90, right? So it's gonna be another probably minute and a half before we can start nibbling that. And if we went too soon, we're gonna obviously F11 by chicken. But imagine hearing someone fighting a zombie, or you know, you were really definitely on someone's trail with drop loot, paper, etc. Dead zombies, and you're in this state. Someone could just open the door, blow a kiss at you, and you'd keel over. They then would have to be prepared to fight your corpse, I suppose. Maybe they would think twice for that reason. And what's quite funny is now I'm thinking, is someone spawning where we spawned, but they're like 20 minutes, half an hour behind us? They're going to come this way, and they might find our dead corpse just chilling in here. They'd be like, oh, trap zombie. Oh, shit, that's not a normal zombie. Ooh. Bruh. Come on, man. I just want my KFC, man. Oh my god, man. Sleep's gone down, but it's not gone down a lot, is it? In an hour. We've lost 5% maybe off the sleep bar, which is cool. Seems slower than the intense drop. Which is one of the worst parts of Siberia, in my opinion, having to sleep. I get it, but... boring. Looking at a dark screen, snoring. Boring. What do you reckon on this thing? I'm impressed. If you're a fan of Siberia servers, and you haven't played Chernarus Has Fallen yet, definitely recommend it. First impression, and I can only give it first impression. That might be different after 4 hours on a stream. I might be tearing my hair out, giving it a D+. I'm giving it a B+. I'm not going to go A. It's going to take something extraordinary for me to go A off an hour played. But I'm giving it a B+. Oh my god, you clown. Whoa! Oh, we managed to see Michael reanimate in front of our very eyes. What a scripted end. We're literally eating our chicken that will save our life for the next 10 minutes. And we keel over down to our pants, down to our drawers, and we see the new and improved infected Michael rise from the ashes like a slightly smelly phoenix. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of COD's First Thoughts. Big shout out to Chernarus Has Fallen. I'd highly recommend giving it a go yourself if you're on PC and you like things a little bit trickier than finding 700 pieces of fruit under their official fruit tree. And we'll hopefully see a lot of you legends in the chat tomorrow. Peace out. Bye bye.